In this video, we'll talk about the menu and border. Last class, we talked about the horizontal line. We can put some background image. We talked about the unordered list and the ordered list. Today, first we'll talk about listing list. Like in this example, we have an unordered list, and in the middle, we also have an ordered list. We also talk about the manual division and border. Let's say example for listing list. So again, we start from this structure. First, we have unordered list. We need to close it. Then we have some list like first we have li. Okay, I just copy this. Then we can have the third. Okay, so here we have this is called unordered list, something like this. On the next list, we have something like for the first, on the first we have like we have 1, 2, 3. How we do that? The position important here. Before the slash list, after the first, this position space, enter. Change the lines here. Then in the middle we put the OL, and then we need to close it. Slash OL. Okay, OL is ordered list. Then we have items like spring slash one like I like summer slash. Okay, then save it. See what we get. Reload the code. So you can see on the outside we have unordered list, but inside we have ordered list. Something important here, just like in the coding here. So don't close the li directly after first. You have to include the ordered list inside the first list. That's the key points. Otherwise, you won't get the listing list. So remember, just say you need to close on the end here. Don't close on the directly after the first. So that's listing list. Then how about the manual? Actually, a list could be a manual, right? If we put those lists as some link, we can get some manual. But we also can have manual horizontally. So if we want to have a manual horizontally, how can we do that? We use flow. We flow here, pay attention that we have UL flow list. We want to flow the list. So not only the UL, you should put the LI after it, space between them, and flow the list. Okay, let's say we have let's create a manual for. Okay, let's create a horizontal manual. So first, let's use this one. I delete this. Okay, so we have a first, second, and the third. This is what we have. But we want to use this as the manual horizontally. So first, we use UL space LI, and then you put something like float, lift, and let's say what we get. we reload the code, you can see we flow it. So usually when we float horizontally, we don't need the bonnets. So we just control it. That will be the UL for the style list, style type. We put a long. So, but we need some space between among those lists. So remember how we get some space? We have actually have for long. That's a special character and long break NBSP semicolon. We want get more 2. Okay, let's get it 2 space. Save it. See what we get. Okay, we also can put something like separate those manual. For example, we put some like the sign and line, vertical line here. I put some space here and then put some space. Long break space. Then we will get something like this. Certainly because it's manual, so we need to put the anchor href equal to some web address, and the end you should close it. The same thing here, we should href. Here we don't put a specific address, we can put it later. Close it. Same thing. Anchor href equal to, then we close it. Save it, see what we get. You can see we get a manual. Once we click it, we can go somewhere. Like our first one, we want to go to HTTP, like Facebook. We can do the same thing for other two. This is what we get. So once we click it, we go to Facebook. Okay, so you should be no problem with this. So that's a horizontal manual where you just use the float. You can create a mass field manual. That's okay. Today we also learn some new type SQL division. Remember, we have a paragraph, we have a heading, we have an image. A division can be a section, include multiple elements together. Why we use division? Because it will help us to organize our content. So let's say example. We use this list. I suggest to save this file, change the name, but I just need the structure. So I need everything. Okay, now we need a division. div. For division, we need to close it because we need to have some content in the middle. Think about the for a division. First, we have a heading. Like say, then we can have a paragraph. Paragraph you can copy like the web sign. Paragraph. Then we also can have for like an image equal to, remember image should be in the same folder. For the image, we just close it, but image itself. Then let's say what do we get. So in this division, we have hello, heading, paragraph, and image. So if we want to put everything in the center, so we just control the division, div. So text align and refresh. You can say everything in the center. So you can see the benefits. If we don't use division, we need to do it 3 times. But if we include everything inside the division, if we ask us the division text align center, then everything will be in the center. So in today, when we develop a website, we use division a lot because we need some block like this. So a division just like a small block. We can have multiple divisions. Inside the division, we can have a different thing. So that's a division, a useful tag. Yeah, this is an example. We can control the color, for example, we also can control the color. Like say for the background color. Like so what's the color we want? Light blue, let's say. You can say this is the division. Then we control the background of the division, not just the paragraph, not just the image. So that's the power of division. We also, for every, like what we did here, here we have division, we have heading. So every those elements, we can have a border. But the default with the border is long. We couldn't see it, but we can add the border. How to do it? For example, for the division, we can add the border for the division. Just put it here. For example, we want as a solid. We want the width like 2 pixel. We want 2 pixel. We want to the what else? We want to the color. What's the border color? Red. Okay, let's see what do we get. Here we have you can say for the division we have color, we have solid. Then we have the width is 2 pixel. We can have more. For example, we can have 10. So you can see it more clear. This is 10. Something like this. For the style, we can have a lot of style. This one we just show this is solid, but we can have long, certainly. We have dotted, we have dashed, we have solid, we can have double. You can try different style, say which one you prefer. That actually is a personal style. For example, we can put as let's say what we have dotted. Just change here. And so we change it. In this example, we control the 4 side. If we only can control one side, then you can put it like this. For example, in our coding, like say we only want to control for the top side, we put a dash top. Save it. Then let's see what we get. So only on the top side we get border. So the same thing will control on the right side, bottom or left. For the border, we also can control the radius. So that's an interesting function. So let's look at it. So for the border, like here we can add the border border 20 pixel. And let's see what we get. Reload it. Can you see the radius? We make the corner round. So that's a radius. You can control the level like 20 or just 10, just 5. depend on your personal reference. So this is an example for we use division, we use border, and then we control the top side of border by the style, it's dotted, by the width, by the color. We also control the radius of border. So that's about this video.